Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome to the video game coaster contest results video. And here I'm going to go over the first, second, and third place of all four brackets. Beginner builders, builders, advanced, and experts. Plus, first, second, and third place winners will be all receiving a Steam game of their choice from the prize pool. First place winners will be receiving a custom logo from one of our Discord legend builders, Tommy T, who is a graphic designer, as a fun little bonus. So stay tuned and let's check it out. All right, first, before we get started, I want to give a big thank you to everybody who participated in the contest, as well as all the viewers who participated in voting and watching and commenting on all the videos. We had over 150 votes for each bracket, which is absolutely amazing. It really helps determine the top 3 winners decisively, and in fact, that's way more votes than we get for our top 10 coasters of the month. So this was a huge success, opening it up to the public voting. I think it was a really cool system. So thank you once again to everyone, and let's dive on into it. All right, so for our beginner bracket, everybody, third place winner goes to Spy Hunter 2, created by Heretic. This was a really cool coaster in terms of the simulation of the Spy Hunter 2 transforming vehicle. Really like how we started off as a kind of like a car going through the city, and then we go to the swamplands and we're a boat, and finally we're finishing off as a motorcycle driving through traffic. Really cool design there, and a great job of simulating a video game experience, which is definitely the spirit of the contest. So congratulations on third place on Spy Hunter 2 by Heretic. You will be receiving a Steam game of your choice from the prize pool. All right, second place goes to Skyrim the Ride, created by Cinders. This was absolutely amazing. Definitely captured the feeling of Skyrim and did it in kind of a miniaturized version, because you can't really rebuild Skyrim on a park and it'd just be way too big of a game. So what Cinders ended up doing was simplifying it and doing the kind of the hero pieces, the main symbols of each city, and kind of the structures and miniaturizing everything. And my favorite part of all was going through that iconic cave where you get your first shout. Really cool design with the graphics on the wall, absorbing the shout, going up the hill, and then using the shout to knock a bunch of people off the cliff. Thought that was a very clever use of the game mechanics in both the game and Planet Coaster, bringing that simulation forward. So really good job there on Skyrim the Ride by Cinders. Congratulations on second place. You will be receiving a Steam game of your choice. First place winner goes to Transistor the Ride, created by Sublimes. This to me was absolutely amazing. Definitely expert quality artwork. The artwork was original and kind of unique, something we've never seen in Planet Coaster before. Very refreshing, and you definitely captured the essence of Transistor the game, which is actually very hard to achieve as it's a top-down view game. Love the cyberpunk. What you did was you captured the essence of the art style and brought that into a 3D immersive city, and then the coaster experience itself was actually very cool, and you had some elements in the game in the coaster that I didn't expect. So it's definitely a hard game to simulate a gaming experience, but you did it in such a really good way, and I'm absolutely amazed that this is one of your very first creations. So high hopes for Sublimes here. Keep building, because I think you're going to go far. Definitely an amazing creation, and 100% deserves first place. So congratulations on first place of the new builder bracket, Sublimes. You will be receiving a Steam game of your choice, as well as a custom logo. All right, guys, I got something fun to do for this contest. I've hidden all the other votes, but you can still see mine here. You can see the date that I submitted my votes. I was the first person to vote. I did a little prediction. If I was judging, this is how I would have judged it. So I said Transistor would get first, Skyrim would get second, and Spy Hunter would get third. So I absolutely nailed the votes, and you guys absolutely agreed with my voting decision. But it doesn't end there. Let's go over to the score screen. The way the scoring works for this contest, guys, is if you got first, you got 3 points. If you got second, you got 2 points. And if you got third, you got 1 point. So basically 18 votes towards third place. So 18 people had picked this as their third favorite. That means it gets 18 points. 116 people have picked this as it's their first favorite, which would have been 348 points. I think that's the math. This would be 80 points. And there you go. You get the grand total of 446. I think that's about right. Anyways, so this kind of shows you how close of a gap difference it is. So you guys get to see the scores here. Transistor blew it out of the water. Skyrim, definitely a strong second, definitely competitive between the two, and Spy Hunter, a strong third. These all were very close, basically honorable mentions, and everything in here did get voted on. So there were a lot of kind of biased picks in here, but the clear winners rose to the top, and that's why I love this voting system. So again, thank you guys, because this is really cool. All right, moving on to the builder bracket. Third place winner goes to DK's Jungle Parkway by Patrick. Really good job at recreating the DK Raceway from a top-down view. If you look at the racing track and what the track is in Mario Kart, it is 1-to-1 perfect. Plus you took your own creativity there and you brought it in and made this like little mini park entrance area, and it definitely is a nostalgic feeling recreation, and you absolutely nailed it, but brought it into a next-gen graphics for us to experience in Planet Coaster. So really fun experience there, and congratulations to Patrick on third place of the builder bracket. You will be receiving a Steam game of your choice. Second place winner goes to Uncharted Lost Legacy, created by Novum. Wow, you guys, this was absolutely amazing. We all know Uncharted to be a very lush and beautiful game, and you captured that here. Your artistry was master quality, Novum. I mean, definitely keep building and keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to go far really quickly. The environmental details of this were superb. Some of the areas where when it was lit at 6 a.m. I was raving about. You had this giant mountain with a temple wrapping around it. Just beautiful. The little Chinese market that you had at the very beginning was just so detailed. My only feedback for you in that video was to just change the time of days to accentuate some of those scenes and brighten them up a little bit more. Maybe had you done that and a little bit more animatronics and action throughout it, because that's what we do experience in Uncharted, that would have probably been the difference from getting you into first place. But overall, a very artistically strong creation here. So really good job for a builder, Novum. Congratulations on second place. You will be receiving a Steam game of your choice from the prize pool. And first place winner goes to Frogger, created by Genocide. Holy moly, what an amazing use of the Remotion track ride and taking that video game experience and simulating it. We're going through that first level, dodging all the cars, rolling out of the way, so many animatronics. You simulated Frogger in a next-gen video game, and that was absolutely amazing. Not only did you simulate it, but you did a beginning, middle, and end with 3 different levels, starting with the road, to the sewers, to the swamplands, and so it definitely felt like a game experience, and that was what this contest was all about. Not just recreating the setting of your game. Your setting would have been a pixely Frogger game, but you brought it into next gen and you made it a vision, and then you also simulated the game experience, so we did feel like we were Frogger playing a game, and I think that's what this contest was all about. You took nostalgia and brought it next gen and did something creative and clever with it. So everybody voting, I think that's what they were looking at when they picked this. And obviously the motion track ride, something that hasn't been used yet, and I said in that video was the best use of the motion track ride that we had seen yet. So absolutely amazing work. Definitely deserving of first place. So congratulations, Genocide, on first. You'll be receiving a Steam game of your choice from the prize pool, as well as a logo from Tommy T. All right, guys, looking at my votes, I voted this on the 29th, and this is what I thought was going to win. First place, I thought Uncharted deserved first because of its pure amount of detail and artwork. You captured your game setting flawlessly. However, I also said Frogger would get second, and I was going in between them in my mind what was the better creation out of the two. I think Frogger did some amazing stuff, as I said, and the game experience was there, and I was really back and forth on this. I couldn't decide. I think Uncharted was probably more work in the amount of detail and art polish than Frogger was in the Remotion track ride and triggers. So if you would put in the time spent, I think Uncharted has more time put into it, more artistic polish put into it, but Frogger had the better game experience. This being a video game coaster contest or ride contest, I think this one was the better ride. This one was the better game world. They were close for me, let's put it that way. I went back and forth on it. As an overall package, I thought Uncharted was slightly better. It was more immersive. Frogger was a good simulation, but much shorter. Both deserving of first or second, whichever way you go. But obviously you guys thought Frogger got first. My third place pick was Just Cause by Seagull. I thought Just Cause was an amazing representation of the game. The coaster was absolutely amazing. The coaster was fun. The world looked and felt just like Just Cause, and There were explosions, animatronics. It felt like the game. We went through the game just blowing up everything, and that's what you do in Just Cause. So the game simulation was there, the coaster was awesome, and the world was awesome. Did what Uncharted and Frogger did, both what they did well, and it brought them together. So in some cases it had the best of both elements. However, those elements were done better in the other creations. So that's for me why it deserved third, because it brought it all together. The other ones shined better in certain areas. Now guys, I'm going to show you guys the score sheets again. So here we go. Let's look at this. Frogger was a landslide, double Uncharted. So I was definitely wrong about this one. You guys loved that re-motion track ride and game experience, and I'm quite okay with this. I'm okay that I'm wrong on this because I couldn't decide what would be better, game mechanics or game immersion. You guys obviously thought this mechanic was really cool, and I also think it's a little bit of an advantage because the re-motion track ride is new and no one's seen this stuff in Planet Coaster, so it comes with that wow factor. I think that's also good for Genocide to think of in his strategy picking the re-motion track ride, because it does offer a new experience to people, and that's going to sway their decisions. You could see here that I picked Just Cause, which landed in 6th place. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. However, when I was doing my picks, I had Cuphead in mind, Prison Architect, Just Cause, and DK's Jungle. So when I'm weighing the pros and cons, they're all very close, guys. Look at this. This is only 8 points apart, 2 points apart. This is a little bit of a gap, but generally they're all pretty close, within 30 points of one another. So it's tight. And I was trying to weigh the pros and cons. I think Prison Architect looked and felt like Prison Architect. It simulated the immersion, and I mean, you can't really do the experience in that game, but I still think the experience was great. The characters were amazing. So immersion factor blew me away. Cuphead, the characters were awesome. The ride was okay, but the immersion factor and characters were great. But I felt like Just Cause, out of all of these, was the better ride, immersion, and all of that. Now, DK's being third, I'm still cool with that. I think it was great. However, the reason I didn't give it third was you can take DK's Jungle and get all the reference you need and just recreate it. All you got to do is copy what you see online. Still difficult to do. I'm not taking away from that. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm thinking, for me, artistically, creatively, and innovation, Just Cause is much harder to do. You can't just go into that game and recreate it as easily. You have to come up with something new. Whereas DK's Jungle, the track is already designed for you. All you got to do is copy it. But it's a video game ride experience, and he nailed that. So I still agree with it. I just think Just Cause had a little bit more innovation. But either way, I'm not mad at this. I think DK's Jungle Parkway had the nostalgia factor and definitely was a great video game ride experience. So this is all really cool to see, this information, these numbers, and all that. So quite fun, and I still agree with these top 3. I just wanted to show you guys my predictions and why. So I think it's an interesting debate. All right, let's move on to the Advanced Builder Bracket, shall we? Third place winner of the Advanced Builder Bracket goes to Mario's Raceway, created by Rain Man. This is really cool. Getting third place with another Mario Kart, as same as the last bracket here. Mario's Raceway did some things a little bit better than DK's Raceway. What I really liked about this was the pickup boxes, the banana peels on the ground, the shells, the characters in the stands. You had a little bit of a mini park with Yoshis everywhere, some tubes, and then you even did some really cool terrain painting to make it like pixel arty and stuff like that. And so you did a lot of little extra things that were actually very, very creative. Not just the copy paste what you see in Mario Kart, but you took some things to the extra level. What can I use in Planet Coaster to make this a better experience than the original Mario's Raceway? So I actually really appreciate those fine little extra details that you put into it and the little touches of creativity. So very, very strong Mario Raceway creation from Rainman 1186, and congratulations on third place and a Steam game of your choice from the prize pool. All right, second place winner goes to Age of Empires 2 by Farana. Holy freaking moly, you guys. She did it. She created an RTS game in Planet Coaster. Every single building that you saw in that coaster experience was handmade by her. She literally made a kit of like over 50 buildings. I think it was absolutely phenomenal. If you guys go to that original video, find her workshop in the description below, you can download all those kits from her workshop and literally make medieval cities. It's so cool. Nailed the the look and feel of it, and not only that, she did all the different eras, the starting era all the way to the advanced era, and 2 factions. She did another faction as well, and some destruction and war. So for me, this was absolutely phenomenal, because I thought if somebody does a simulation game, that's gonna just be so hard to pull off. She did it. She started us off saying, this is what you start with, this is how, you know, this is the first era and how basic the buildings are, and we watched them evolve as we got through the coaster experience, and eventually we see another faction, we go to war, and boom, she brought it all together and gave us that game experience. By the time you're done, you kind of understand how Age of Empires works. You build up, you go to war, and there you go. And also nailed the immersion factor of the spread open world, the way the farms are laid out, all of that. I do think the coaster experience could have been slightly better, but what do? You're really just taking us through the experience. So I think it was, while it could have been better, it was almost as good as it could have been, which is just a very minor picky thing. So overall, I think it was an absolutely amazing creation and definitely deserving of second place here. So great work on this, Verona. Keep up the amazing work. Love what you're doing, and congratulations on second, as well as a Steam game of your choice from the prize pool. All right, and first place goes to Minecraft by Afro Sheep. I think we all saw this coming. This had waves of comments on the YouTube channel. So many people love this. You brought a lot of people back to nostalgic feelings. I can't believe you made a world this big out of basic shapes in Planet Coaster. You made it look and feel like Minecraft, and that was so impressive. Not only did you just decide to do the forest, you did the volcanoes, you did the deserts, you did the underground, you did every single biome that you would see in Minecraft. Took us on a journey and even did some storytelling and some really cool things underground where you did these little sets and plays. It was amazing. We all can agree that the coaster could have been slightly better. Some people didn't like the use of the mine train. There was so much back and forth, but you know, that's what was so great about this. It created conversation. It was so good that people nitpick, because it was that good. I mean, when you're creating discussions around something that's so good, oh, this could have been better, or that could have been done well, or this was amazing, this is what I loved about it, or I disagree with you. There's all this conversation going on about this ride because it was that good, and it got people passionate. Hats off to you on that. I mean, you created a buzz and you did something remarkable in Planet Coaster, and that's the spirit of this contest. This contest got you to create that. I'm really happy. That's what I can say about this. I think it's phenomenal what you did there. So great work on this one, Afro Sheep, and congratulations on first place of the advanced bracket. You will be receiving a Steam game of your choice, as well as a logo from Tommy T. All right, guys, let's look at my picks. I submitted the votes on the 5th, and I saw Minecraft was definitely the winner. That was not even a thought on my part. I just, boop, there you go. Age of Empires 2 by Verona, definitely thought that deserved to win, because I thought just pulling off an RTS into Planet Coaster was nearly impossible, and she did it in an exceptional way with an exceptional amount of detail. And third place, I thought Halo the ride deserved third place, because this was one of the best coaster experiences, and it was actually done really realistically to a point where you might actually be able to make this ride in real life. It looked and felt like Halo, but it wasn't in us. It was just decorated as Halo. The Halo ring that you created, the Master Chief you created, all the robots and all that, it felt like Halo with a very good coaster all around it. So for me, it brought that immersion factor to the next level. But you guys, let's go over to the scores here. You guys thought Mario's Race was slightly better than Halo, and look how close it is. It's 6 points. So literally, if 2 more people would have voted on Halo, it would have been a tie. That's how close it was. So I'm not wrong in my pick here. I think both were really good. If I had to pick a fourth, Mario's Raceway probably would have been there. In the last bracket, I said I didn't pick it because all you have to, you know, with a recreation, all you got to do is copy paste it from a top-down view. I think Mario did enough to be creative. You didn't just copy paste it, you took it to the next level. So I was kind of going back and forth, like, is it Mario or is it Halo? I think Halo had slightly a bit more originality and artistic polish and creativity and innovation, and it was also just a better coaster. I mean, you're comparing coaster to go-karts. Well, the coaster wins. So that was my thoughts on this one, guys, but nonetheless very close overall. And you can see the scores here. They're very close between Age of Empires, Mario Go-Kart, and Halo. So these are a clear top 4, but all very close within 10, 20 points of each other. So pretty cool stuff. All right, let's move on to the last bracket, the Experts, Masters, and Legends. Third place winner goes to Shadow of the Colossus by Coaster CAD. Wowee, this was really amazing. That Colossi is the best thing I've ever seen. I've seen 3 Shadow of the Colossus coasters on this channel so far. This is definitely my favorite. The Colossi really stood out as something. I think the people have been struggling to do that. I've seen giants in other creations. That's the best gigantic creation, sculpture, thingamajig, monster, in this case a Colossus, that I've ever seen in any creation in Planet Coaster. It was so big, you could tell what it was, the details were clear, amazing, and he was in the middle of a valley of a luscious, beautiful scenic area, and the coaster was just there to explore and take you on a journey, and it was quite an epic journey as well. So artistically polished, some great storytelling elements, you brought it all together, and it's a very, very solid video game experience and definitely hit the spirit of the contest. So congratulations Coaster CAD on third place. Because you're a Planet Coaster Legend, you will be receiving a prestige star to your legend rank, as well as a video game of your choice from the prize pool. Second place winner goes to Batman Arkham Asylum, created by Mad. Holy moly. For me, this was the most detailed creation of the entire contest. Definitely most artistically polished thing. You know, if you could compare it to Minecraft being in terms of part count, but this was condensed artistic part count, and it had 60 something thousand pieces all packed into one small area. So the amount of little micro details and the way the lighting catches all those little details, hitting more shadows, it was so thoroughly detailed. Not to mention the coaster was an amazing coaster. Matt is just so good at creating these smooth coaster experiences, and you definitely did try to incorporate some elements of gameplay from the game. It's hard to do that, but we were a bat, we're on a winged coaster, we're flying through Arkham. You showed us some of the villains like Poison Ivy and a couple others in there. I did wish there was like a Mr. Freeze scene, because that's like a big part of the Arkham Asylum game, the first one. The first boss you come into, I think it was Mr. Freeze. He had a whole little area there. That's the only thing that was missing for me, but you incorporated other ones, and you definitely hit the vibe and the grimness of it. So can't really say much other than that, and I think it was just for me the most artistically polished creation in the entire contest. So that's saying a lot there. Really good job, Matt. So congratulations on second place, and when you do become a legend, you will be getting a prestige star to your legend rank. Not to worry, these are going to be backwards compatible, and you'll also get a Steam game of your choice from the prize pool. All right, first place winner goes to Luigi's Mansion, created by Chant. Holy freaking Toledos. So I said that Frogger was the best remotion track ride I've ever seen until this came along. This is by far the best remotion track ride that we've ever seen, and it'll remain this way for a very long time, I feel, as this was an 8 to 9 minute experience that really simulated the remotion track ride like nothing we'll ever see. She used it in such clever ways, but also did it in a clever way to Luigi's Mansion. We felt like we were a ghost at times, or she used it to nauseate us or flip rooms upside down and confuse us. There were so many things in this ride that were like pixelated, and just the triggered events and the trickery going on was really clever, and it persisted for 9 minutes straight. So many hundreds of thousands of triggers gone into this ride, you guys, and the map was packed front to back. I'm still scratching my head on some of the elements that gone into this experience, and I mean, just blew me away. It blew me away, and I did not think of Luigi's Mansion. When I thought of Luigi's Mansion, I thought dark ride that takes you through a mansion with some Luigi characters. This blew me away. My expectations, I did not expect this, and I was so pleasantly surprised and wowed. Holy moly, you did some amazing things with this ride, Chant, and I think the best part of all is it simulated the game best out of any of the creations in this entire contest. When you got off that ride, you go, I know how how to play Luigi's Mansion. I know how to use the game mechanics from the game itself. And that is very, very impressive to me, that you actually simulated your game. That's what the video game ride contest was all about. You hit the spirit of the contest and use the Remotion track ride, which is no easy feat to pull that off. So for that reason, the best ride, the best art. I mean, Mads was the best artistically polished, but this one matched your video game perfectly. And I think in terms of Arkham Asylum, it didn't actually match Arkham Asylum from the game perfectly. Whereas Luigi's Mansion hit that artistic polish. It looks and feels like Luigi's Mansion, whereas Mads is the most detailed and beautiful in terms of artwork. So if you guys make sense, if we could differentiate between art, level of detail in art versus theming. So Chant really nailed the theme artwork of Luigi's Mansion. So overall, for me, that makes it the best video game ride experience in the entire contest. So congratulations there, Chant. For first place, you will be receiving a prestige star to your legend rank, a Steam game of your choice from the prize pool, and a custom logo from Tommy T. Bam! Absolutely amazing stuff. All right, guys, let's take a quick look at what my predictions were. So I said Luigi's Mansion by Chant, Arkham Asylum by Mad for second place, and my third place pick was Dead Rising. Let's go over to the score sheet. Dead Rising was 4 points away from beating Shadow of the Colossus. That's literally it's literally 1.5 votes. If someone would have voted for second or third or 2 seconds and one, yeah, any combination of that, it's so freaking tight and close. I can't believe it. A Dead Rising for me, it was it just nailed the game. You look at it, you go, that's Dead Rising. It nailed that scene perfectly. Now, while it didn't simulate the game perfectly because it's a shooter, he did things where you were driving the car through hordes of zombies, smashing through them, and you were going through the mall almost like you were a camera watching somebody play. We saw the quest givers, we saw people doing things, and we got the experience. We're almost kind of just like flying a camera around somebody's Dead Rising save file, and I thought that was really freaking cool. For me, it was just artistically polished through and through. While Shadow of the Colossus was amazing exploration coaster, Dead Rising for me was more of a video game immersion factor, more so than Shadow of the Colossus. So for me, that one deserved third place just because it was accurate. This one wasn't an exact, it was inspired by, whereas this one was very accurate. Coaster Clad had clearly the better coaster, so that's probably why it edged out the win. It was close though, very close. Really good job to everybody. So there's a final look at the points. What's really funny here, you guys are crazy. You all voted for Desert Boss. So look how close it is to getting in the top 3. I mean, I'm not trying to poop on it or anything, but come on, it was a troll submission, you guys. Okay, he nailed his game. But come on, who picks that game? The contest was about, at the end of the day, it's picking a game that inspires you, that you loved and remember from your childhood. Nobody likes Desert Bus, the game. It's the worst game ever made. Go watch it on Angry Video Game Nerd. I mean, it's the worst. But I think the humor there captured people and they voted on it because it's technically a really good recreation of the game. And I said that. It's just hilarious that you guys would vote so many 8 first place votes, 18 second, and 41 third. I mean, that is crazy to me, you guys. It did not beat Mario Sunshine, let's be honest. This so much more effort gone into this, but it's funny. It's funny seeing these scores, and I think generally, if we reflect back on all the scores, the voting went very well, and I don't disagree with it. And even Desert Bus being at 5th place here, I could see it. It was funny. I laughed hard. Maybe me laughing hard made you guys vote on it. Maybe you guys laughed too. It was impressionable. Let's put it that way. Funny stuff. So I almost got my votes right. They were very close between what I thought would win and what you guys thought deserved to win. So I think this voting thing works out pretty good. And I voted with an unbiased opinion where I wasn't going to pick something just because I liked the game. Otherwise, I would have picked all the Mario Go-Karts to win. I love Mario Go-Kart, but I was looking at things objectively, and I think you guys did a very good job of doing that as well. However, I do see some bias here, some nostalgia is making some of these come to the forefront and win, and that's okay. That's what this contest was all about, was what game made you happy, and did you do a good job simulating that? So really good job to everyone who participated in the contest. Thank you to all the viewers who watched the videos, commented on the videos, voted on the videos at the end of the bracket. Really means a lot to all of us. And this also goes to show that voting is possible, and we'll definitely consider doing this again in the future. Having the judges is great, but it's hard to get 5 of us together for judging 80 plus videos. So for me to just sit down, do the recordings, and then let you guys vote on them, it does work out pretty good. I also want to give you thanks to Floss for crunching these numbers for us. Really appreciate that. And yeah, there you go, guys. That's going to do it for this contest. It is now at a close, so we can wrap it up here. Congratulations to all the winners, and great job to everybody who participated. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more daily Planet Coaster videos. And if you'd like to support the show because you like these contests, the community, the videos, please do consider becoming a patron, as your support helps it go on. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.